Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to my video. All right, so I'm gonna do this no crack, no start issue that I had with this vehicle a couple of days ago. So essentially, I was using the 12-volt port for a lot of stuff, charging my phone. I also had another plug that was charging my tablet. And I didn't think much of it, but I was using it all day actually, driving around here and there, and parked at a Wendy's to get something to eat. Got a crispy chicken sandwich and some fries. They were really good. I after I ate, I went out to try to start my car, and I noticed that it didn't. There was a no crack, no start issue. And everything else would work. And I immediately, because I had this situation with another vehicle before with the 12-volt socket, sometimes if you overload it, it'll keep the vehicle from starting. Sometimes it'll keep the vehicle from locking. A lot of the issues caused by that problem. But I took the 12-volt socket out, and I was hoping that that would fix the issue, but it didn't. I tried to turn on, it didn't. So I was scratching my head over that, and I was looking, checking at the battery just to see if the battery was any good, and turn on the headlights to see if the lights were bright, and the lights were bright. I remember changing the battery out like a couple months ago. Bought the battery from Walmart, and I didn't think it was the battery, but I checked it anyway. Looked at all the both connectors, the positive, negative, just to make sure that they were clean and tight. And they were clean and tight. The battery seemed to be good. The headlights were good. So I didn't think too much of the battery being the problem. And after that, I checked out the ground wire to see whether the ground wire is the issue, and it wasn't. The ground wire was fine. It was 100% connected to the frame. There was no rust on it, anything like that. And I was really I was really stumped by the situation, really. So I was thinking maybe it could be like maybe the starter that was the problem. But funny thing is, I had the starter was swapped out maybe like a year and a half ago on this vehicle, and it was swapped out about a year and a half ago in the vehicle, and I kind of didn't think that that was the problem, because it wasn't a remanufactured. In fact, I actually got the starter as an original to the vehicle, so it was an original starter. It was brand new, was put in correctly. Then never had an issue with a no crank, no start up until that time. So I was thinking to myself, all right, so let's it's probably nothing serious, right? There's an AutoZone like a couple blocks away, and hopefully it's like a fuse or a relay or something like that. So I looked at the fuse box, and I was like, let me just swap out the starter relay. I tried to find where the starter relay was, and I swapped out the starter relay one for another one that was I forget what it was connected. I forget what the other relay I was used for. Maybe it was for the blower motor or something like that. I swapped it out, and really didn't do much to change anything. So I was thinking to myself, I got to figure out like what all the, whether the fuses were blown or not. Because I couldn't really do any testing on the relays outside of that. But I know that if a fuse blew, definitely could cause this situation. I wasn't quite sure which fuse blew, but there was a Harbor Freight. There was a strip mall, so there was a Harbor Freight around. So I actually went to Harbor Freight to get a fuse tester, and it was like $4 or whatever, really inexpensive. I came back to the car, and one by one I actually went through the fuses. One by one I went through all the fuses, and I came across this fuse right here. Now, in some vehicles, it's called the engine control module and the ECM fuse, but in other vehicles it could be called the engine control, what is it called? Yeah, the engine control ignition fuse. So it kind of depends on which vehicle you have, but it really depends on which vehicle you have and what the year your vehicle is. And this situation could pretty much be for all manufacturers of cars and stuff like that. If you guys have this issue where you guys have a no crank no start, sometimes a crank no start situation, you guys should definitely check out all your fuses. And particularly a lot of times this fuse gets blown. It's a very, very easy fix. You could just pop the fuse out, pop the fuse in. In fact, I actually went to Harbor Freight, got a box of different size fuses. They have all assortments of fuses and stuff like that, and swap out that fuse, popped it in. And essentially what that fuse is for, it essentially protects the car's main electrical systems from overloads. But sometimes it's called the engine control fuse, sometimes it's called the engine ECM fuse, sometimes it's called the engine control ignition fuse. It really depends on which car you have, like I said before, and which whether your cars are recent or late models or whatever. They come in different names, but most cars these days have ECM and ECUs, and there's a fuse for the ECM and ECUs. If you guys have older cars, it'll be called the engine control ignition fuse. But in any case, it's an easy fix. All right, if you guys have this problem, definitely run through your fuses, make sure that all your fuses are good and that there's no blown fuses, because a blown fuse will cause no crank no start issues. It will cause crank no start issues. And best thing about fuse issues is for the most part, they're very, very, very easy to fix. And the causes of them could be a bunch of things. I think it might have been maybe because I overloaded the 12-volt socket with let me see, the charger jack, the jack on it had like 2 USB connectors to it, and I actually connected my phone and my tablet. And I believe I also used a one of these 140 volt inverters on another 12 volt socket too. So there were 2 of them, and I used one for that, and I used the other one for the 120 volt to charge something else up. And I'm pretty sure that would have had like that would have caused that fuse to blow, or some other fuse to blow. But that was the fuse that blew. And easy fix. Didn't need a tow, didn't need to do much except swap out the fuse. Hopefully whatever causes your car's issue, definitely hope that whatever's causing your car's issue could be this issue, or could be something that's easy to fix. But if you guys have your own personal experiences with this, definitely leave a comment in the comment section. Please subscribe, please give me a thumbs up, all that good stuff. All right guys, take care.